What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the next video. My name is Alex, and I'm here with Heafum, and we are here doing Rush's rapid fire round, week 1. What's up, Heafum? How you doing?
How's it going?
It's going good. We have the intro completed successfully, and we are going to go through week 1's NFL wins. It's going to be a short video. It's going to be shorter than the other one. It's like a pregame thing, all right? That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, boom. Week 1, Falcons versus the Eagles. We said the Eagles were going to win. The Eagles won. What do you think about that? You feeling good about that? Feeling solid?
For now.
For now.
I'm not sure exactly how the Eagles are going to hold up over the year, but we'll check that out later.
Yeah, I think it's a solid start. I think it was a questionable game. You know, it was 12-18 in favor of the Eagles. So, you know, solid start. Okay. Game number 2.
Solid defense.
Yeah. So week 2, we had the Bengals versus the Colts. The Bengals, who we guessed would win, did indeed win, 34-23. Week number 2, in the bag. You're just feeling good, feeling strong.
One of Cincinnati's few wins this year, but yeah, let's keep going.
They're a Bengal Tiger, though. Okay, so game 3 was the first one that we got wrong, which was the Bills versus the Ravens. The Ravens came in, which I feel like these picks are going to have to influence the next few weeks that we do. We're going to have to start learning more about how this game works, because this is a process that has to be, you know, processed. The Bengals won 34-23. The Bills won 3. Oh my goodness.
The Bills did not win.
No, the Bills did not win. Okay.
And I would like to tell you that I never thought in a football game the Bills would win, but if we were going by mascots, yeah.
No, they didn't. The Bills didn't win. We thought the Bills would win, but the Ravens won, which I feel like, again, we have to really consider more about the history and the pop culture references to do with Ravens, so that's another thing all entirely. Okay, so the next game was the Buccaneers versus the Saints. We thought the Saints would win. The Buccaneers won, but it was a close game, but, you know, the Pirates, they won. So the Saints are, you know, they're in retreat. You know, so we didn't get that.
Depp must have had his jar of dirt.
Yep, jar of dirt. And then we have the Texans versus the Patriots. We thought the Texans were going to win. The Patriots won instead. So, I mean, were the Texans originally part of the South?
What?
Okay. No, in like the war, the big war, right? With like the Patriots and, you know, Gone with the Wind, the South, the North, that whole thing. The Texans were part of the South, right?
How the hell should I know?
How do you not know?
How do you not know?
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, I feel like the Texans were probably part of the South because they are towards the South. So, as a result of that thinking, we should have picked the Patriots, obviously, because the Patriots did win in that whole war scenario. So, technically, we did pick the wrong side. We didn't even think of that, so we got to consider that for next time. But anyways,
I'm a literature buff, not a history buff.
Well, have you read Gone with the Wind?
Frankly, Alex, I don't give a dang.
All right, fair enough. Can't blame you for that. All right, so then we have, so we lost that one. The next week, it was the 49ers versus the Vikings. We guessed the 49ers. The Vikings won, which I kind of feel like I was fighting for pretty hard. So...
Yes, I swayed you on that one. That was my fault.
So we kind of would have had that one. Okay, and then we had the Titans versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins won. So we've underestimated the intelligence of the Dolphins. They are so smart that they have brought in stronger forces than Titans. They recruited Zena.
Okay, to be fair, I also underestimated their quarterback and their wide receiving core. So there's that.
I mean, yeah, that, you know, I didn't actually see the game myself. I mean, I should probably start watching the games. But I was asking people. I was like, who was winning the games? And then the team that we guessed would, or I guessed, whichever way, would win the games. And then I'd be like, yes. So I felt good about that. Or when it didn't, you know, whatever. And then the next game was the Jaguars versus the Giants. We guessed the Jaguars, and the Giants won. And I feel like, again, I went for the Jaguars, and you were all like, no, it's got to be the Giants, so the Giants can use guns. And I was like, I don't think they're going to use guns, though. So I think we need to give that some deeper thought next time.
Well, and Eli Manning still sucks. So I just thought he would be better with Odell Beckham Jr. back, but obviously not the case. Moving on.
Okay, moving on. We have the Steelers versus the Browns. It was a tied game. We can't actually remember which side that we voted for. I will review it next time. I believe it was the Steelers.
Okay, I will tell you this. The Steelers lost, and let me tell you why. If You yourself tie with the most god-awful team with the most god-awful record. They have a record for losing. If you tie with them, you suck.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. But either way, they tied. But it's not looking good for the Steelers in the long run, is what you're saying.
No,
No,
it's not.
All right, and then the next one we have the Chiefs versus the Chargers. I believe we chose the Chargers because of that crazy mascot dude, and the Chiefs won 38-28. So we were wrong about that one as well. The next, it's really not looking good overall for the most part from here. So either way, we will improve for this week. We will learn. So the Cowboys versus the Panthers, we picked the Cowboys. The Panthers won. Of course, the Panthers would win because we are not considering the most important thing, which is pack mentality. You have a whole bunch of Cowboys together, and then you have a whole bunch of Panthers. The Panthers are going to take them out because they're going to work in packs. Okay?
I will say a pack of anything will beat a flat-playing Dak Prescott. So, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to start considering that going forward. The Redskins versus the Cardinals. We picked the Redskins. The Redskins did indeed win. The Cardinals got 6. It's not looking good for the Redskins, but not for the Redskins, for the Cardinals. But I did actually find one good point that I'm going to bring up in the next video about the Cardinals. I found it. It took me a while. It took me a minute, and then I saw it randomly in like an image for something on the internet. So whatever. But yeah, the Redskins won. We won that one. Then it was the Seahawks versus the Broncos. The Broncos won. Now, I feel like we picked the Seahawks in this situation. But I don't actually remember which one we chose. Do you remember?
I don't, honestly, and that's sad. But I would honestly, if that horse, I remember looking at a horse that was a pretty bad looking horse, but that was the Colts, not the Broncos.
That was a different one. So either way, the Seahawks won. No, sorry, the Broncos won 27-24. I need to write my list better because it's way too confusing the way that I like listed it all down. I don't know if you guys can see this on here, but I put like stars next to certain ones, then I put lines next to other ones. Like I would just remember what the references were. I did this like yesterday night, like 2:00 in the morning. But the Seahawks were our choice, and as far as I remember, and we did lose. The next one was the Bears versus the Packers, and it was 23-24. So the dude with the machete did very, very, very well. He actually took out the bear, which is actually quite impressive. It takes skill.
Aaron Rodgers.
It takes skill. Dude
Hurt.
Wield a machete.
Okay, just saying. Aaron Rodgers went down right before halftime, limping. Thought he wasn't going to play. That's our star player.
That's not good.
Comes back out limping after halftime, put the team on his back, and came back from a 23-point deficit.
Really?
That man is a beast.
He is the star of the show.
Way to earn that
today.
money, Mr. Discount Double Check.
Is he going to be our MVP of the week?
Totally MVP of the week. That
All
game will be talked about for years.
What is his name again?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers.
And if you don't know what Aaron Rodgers looks like, just go look at Aviary.
I just need to make sure I wrote down the name. Okay, so we will remember this week's MVP of the week is Aaron Rodgers. Nicely done, sir. Okay, he's on the Packers?
He is.
So he can wield that machete, though. He's going to be good in the zombie apocalypse. He's the one you want on your team, folks. Okay.
He can.
Okay, so the next week was the Jets versus the Lions, and the Jets won! My team won! Yes! As I predicted, 48-17. Of course.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. And the final week, we have the Rams versus the Raiders, and the Rams won, and we guessed it would be the Raiders. So this is a team that I've underestimated. We need to do a little bit more research into the Ram, I think. There's something to them.
The thing about the Raiders, there's some controversy going on about a trade that John Gruden made, which is their new coach. Used to be an analyst, but he traded a very good defensive player, awesome defensive player. This guy was destroying people on Sunday after he got traded. Actually traded him to the Bears, and he just tore it up. But his name was Khalil Mack. But his excuse for not winning the game was, We didn't put any pressure on the quarterback. We couldn't get the pass rush, going. And basically it went back to, don't you wish you hadn't made that horrible trade, John Gruden? Way to screw your team.
Yeah, not cool, Gruden. Gruden may be cool, but you are not. Okay, that might have been was that too harsh? Was that too harsh?
But kudos to Khalil Mack to get that call and be like, hey, you're getting shipped to Chicago, pack your things, and then going off and having like the game of his life.
Okay, so he's the second MVP. So good job, Mac. So our MVP of the week in review is Aaron Rodgers. We, could have done better, but we have learned a lot of things about these mascots and the way that they fight, and, we underestimated some of them. I think that's the only thing they'd be taken from this week. We underestimated the mascots' abilities to lead, and we should stop underestimating certain teams, and we will not do that. And in the next video, we are going to go through week 2 with an entirely new perspective, aren't we, Heafum?
We will try.
We will try indeed. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for being here, Heafum. As always, it's a pleasure. And we will see you guys in the next video where we talk about week 2 of the NFL schedule. What do we call this? Week 2 of the NFL matches, of the showdowns, I wrote down some words. Of the predictions. All right, you guys. We will see you next time. Bye. Bye.